Welcome, comic book fans. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of ice powers. In a universe where heat and action are always high, some heroes and villains control the cold with masterful skill, freezing even the mightiest foes with their icy abilities. If you're a fan of these incredible powers and want to know who the top 10 ice-powered heroes and villains from Marvel and DC are, you're in the right place. Before we start, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates from the comic book universe. Let's discover together who the Ice Masters are and how they make their mark in the Marvel and DC worlds. Ice, DC. Tora Olafsdottir, better known as Ice, is the princess of a Nordic tribe renowned for her mystical ice powers. As soon as she leaves her tribe in the remote reaches of Norway, she joins the Global Guardians, becoming a partner to the Brazilian hero, Fire. Her entire race possesses the ability to create ice blasts, frosts, and snowstorms, build intricate ice structures, and wield a type of magic connected to these elements. Additionally, throughout her history, Ice has demonstrated significant combat skills, superhuman strength, flight, and, more recently, weather control. Ice's powers extend beyond basic ice manipulation. She can conjure and shape ice into various forms, creating everything from weapons to fortifications. Her control over ice is so precise that she can lower temperatures in a specific area or create ice slides for swift travel. In combat, her enhanced strength and agility make her a formidable opponent, and her flight capability adds a dynamic edge to her fighting style. In team settings, Ice's partnership with Fire creates a powerful synergy, as their combined elemental abilities can lead to impressive and devastating effects. Her journey from a tribal princess to a superhero highlights her growth and adaptation in the broader superhero landscape, showcasing her unique contributions to the DC universe. Bitter Frost, Marvel. Life was never kind to Betty Forrest. After losing her mother to cancer and enduring abuse from her alcoholic father, she hoped things would turn around when she fell for a man named Wayne. Unfortunately, this relationship marked the beginning of yet more tragedy in her life. During a confrontation with Wayne, he loses control and assaults Betty. In a tragic turn, she ends up falling into a scientific experiment involving cold temperatures, which transforms her into Bitter Frost, a being with the ability to generate and control ice. Fueled by a desire for revenge against those who have wronged her, Bitter Frost embraces her new powers with a chilling resolve. Her quest for vengeance reaches a grim climax when she uses her ice powers to freeze and kill her own father. Mr. Freeze, DC. Victor Fries was a brilliant scientist specializing in cryogenics, spending his childhood fascinated by the process of freezing animals. His life took a dramatic turn when his beloved wife, Nora, was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Determined to save her, Fries dedicated himself to finding a cure while keeping Nora in cryogenic stasis. Tragedy struck when Fries was involved in a lab accident, which exposed him to various chemicals and transformed him into Mr. Freeze. Now, he must maintain a sub-zero temperature to survive, his body constantly needing to be cooled to prevent his cells from deteriorating. His new existence as Mr. Freeze is driven by a relentless pursuit of a cure for Nora, but his methods have become increasingly destructive. Mr. Freeze's signature weapon is his freeze gun, which he designed himself. This weapon allows him to project intense cold, freezing objects and enemies alike. His icy arsenal is not just a tool of revenge, but a means to create chaos and assert his dominance. Despite his villainous actions, his motives are deeply rooted in his love for Nora, and his tragic backstory adds a layer of complexity to his character. In the DC universe, Mr. Freeze stands out as a tragic figure whose personal loss and scientific ambition have led him down a dark path. His story intertwines themes of love, loss, and the lengths one will go to for those they care about. Ice Maiden, DC. After undergoing scientific experiments, Sigrid Nansen transformed into the hero known as Ice Maiden. With her now bluish skin and newly acquired powers, Sigrid has been a notable member of several DC teams, including the Global Guardians and the Justice League. Ice Maiden's abilities are vast and versatile. She can generate and control waves of cold, ice blasts, and snowstorms. Her powers also allow her to create ice stakes and shields, making her adept at both offense and defense. Her ice constructs are not only effective in battle, but also serve as protective barriers and weaponry. One of the most intriguing aspects of Ice Maiden's powers is their connection to her mental state. During moments of intense stress or emotional turmoil, her abilities can manifest in powerful ways, allowing her to generate complete and formidable ice armors. These armors significantly enhance her strength and durability, showcasing the extent of her power and the psychological link to her ice manipulation. Coldmoon, Marvel. Raised in a laboratory environment, Wanxia spent her early years struggling with her ability to generate intense cold. Shy and highly intelligent, she grew up in isolation, with only her caretaker for company, feeling a deep sense of something missing in her life. Her powers, initially difficult to control, reached their full potential when she finally met her brother at the age of 16. Taking on the name Coldmoon, the heroine possesses formidable ice-based abilities. She can create and manipulate waves of cold and ice with exceptional precision, wielding her powers with a level of control that is both awe-inspiring and dangerous. Her capabilities extend to generating blizzards, freezing objects, and forming ice constructs, making her an extremely potent force in battle. Ice Princess, Marvel. First appearing in Captain America number 387 in 1991, Ice Princess was introduced as one of the villains opposing the iconic hero in one of his adventures. Her most notable moment came when she attacked Captain America alongside a group of female villains known as the Femizons, who sought to create a new world governed exclusively by women. Ice Princess possesses a range of formidable ice-based powers. She can generate freezing winds, ice blasts, and even sharp ice spikes, making her a significant threat to her adversaries. Her control over ice allows her to craft a variety of ice constructs, which she uses effectively in combat against Captain America and his allies. Captain Cold, DC. Leonard Snart, better known as Captain Cold, gained significant fame through his appearances in the Flash TV series. His character's backstory is rooted in a troubled childhood, marked by abuse and violence from his father. These harsh experiences pushed him into a life of crime, where he eventually founded the notorious criminal group known as the Rogues Gallery. Despite lacking any inherent superpowers or mutations, Captain Cold is a formidable villain due to his advanced cold-based weaponry. His signature weapon is his freeze gun, which he designed and built himself. This gun allows him to project intense cold, freeze objects, and create ice-based constructs. With it, he can immobilize opponents, create barriers of ice, and control temperatures with precision. Captain Cold's strategic mind and his role as the leader of the Rogues Gallery make him a significant threat to the Flash. His cold weaponry and his tactical approach to crime often put him at odds with the Scarlet Speedster, providing some of the most challenging and engaging battles in the DC universe. Emer, Marvel. In a list as chilling as this, it would be a grave oversight not to include Emer, the greatest and oldest of the ice giants in the Marvel universe. Emer is the progenitor of all giants from the realm of Niflheim and stands as one of the most powerful beings, alongside Odin. As a colossal giant towering over 300 meters tall, Emer possesses immense strength and durability. His sheer size and power make him a formidable force in any confrontation. His ice-based abilities are equally impressive. He can generate lethal waves of cold, freezing anything in his path with ease. This control over ice and cold extends to his ability to create ice storms and blizzards, showcasing his mastery over the elemental forces of ice. One of Emer's most notable traits is his regenerative capability. Even if he is reduced to the smallest fragments of ice, he can regenerate and reform himself. This remarkable resilience makes him nearly impossible to permanently defeat, adding to his status as a nearly unstoppable force. Killer Frost, DC. Fans of The Flash are well aware of the formidable and dangerous nature of Killer Frost, also known as Caitlin Snow. Although there have been various versions of this villain in the DC universe, the New 52 continuity established Caitlin Snow as the primary incarnation after she survived an assassination attempt that drastically changed her life. Killer Frost possesses powerful ice-based abilities. She can freeze her enemies with just a touch, create deadly ice daggers, and summon massive storms of absolute zero temperatures. Her control over ice and cold is extensive, making her a significant threat to anyone who crosses her path. However, Caitlin Snow's powers come with a heavy price. To maintain her existence and powers, she needs to constantly absorb heat from her surroundings. This necessity drives her obsession with Firestorm, a hero who can provide the thermal energy she needs without causing harm to himself. This dependency on absorbing heat not only fuels her powers, but also complicates her relationships with others and adds a layer of desperation to her character. Killer Frost's struggle to balance her need for heat with her criminal activities makes her a complex and intriguing character in the DC universe. Iceman, Marvel. When Robert Drake, better known as Bobby Drake, first appeared in an X-Men adventure covered in snow, it was evident that he possessed some form of ice-related powers. What was less predictable was how this seemingly frosty character would evolve into one of the most powerful mutants in comic book history. Iceman's abilities are extensive and remarkable. He can emit powerful ice blasts and manipulate ice in various forms. His powers allow him to transform his entire body into pure ice, granting him near invulnerability and a form of immortality while in this state. This transformation not only makes him incredibly durable, but also enables him to withstand extreme temperatures and physical damage. In addition to his defensive and offensive ice powers, Iceman has the ability to create ice clones. These ice constructs have a certain degree of consciousness and can act independently, adding another layer of versatility to his abilities. He can shape ice into different forms, from simple structures to complex and animated entities, enhancing his combat and strategic options. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed exploring these amazing ice-powered characters with us. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more cool content. See you in the next video.